Many people fear hypoglycemia during fasting, but this fear is often unfounded. When the body is adapted to fat, the brain requires less glucose, and the glycerol from stored fat can provide the necessary carbohydrates. Initially, the stress hormone cortisol rises to maintain blood sugar levels, but it falls as the body adapts to burning fat. This cortisol increase is minimized by gradually transitioning to a low-carb diet before fasting. Although some may consider regaining about 2 to 4 pounds after fasting as a step backwards, it is actually a positive step. The initial weight loss consists primarily of water released by depleted glycogen stores. This regaining of water weight is to be expected and lays the foundation for long-term success by switching metabolism to burn fat. The biggest hurdle for most people is hunger. You're conditioned to never miss a meal, but understanding the roles of insulin and ghrelin can help manage hunger. Insulin promotes fat storage, while ghrelin is the hunger hormone. However, ghrelin is primarily habitual and increases at usual mealtimes. If hunger signals are ignored, ghrelin levels will eventually decline and hunger will become more manageable. Reducing insulin is crucial for reversing chronic diseases such as type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, and cancer. Fasting allows for a significant drop in insulin levels beyond what can be achieved with overnight fasting alone. This improved insulin sensitivity reduces inflammation, a major factor in heart disease. While total cholesterol and LDL levels are often monitored, the most relevant markers are the number and size of LDL particles. High numbers of small, dense LDL particles increase the risk of heart disease because they promote plaque formation. Ironically, some people experience an increase in these risk factors when starting cholesterol medications. In various studies, total cholesterol levels have been observed to increase during fasting for over 3 days, which may seem worrying at first. However, this increase is often temporary and reflects the body's adaptation to burning fat for fuel. By reducing inflammation and insulin resistance, fasting can improve overall heart health, despite fluctuations in cholesterol levels during fasting. Although it may seem paradoxical at first glance, the increase in cholesterol levels during a multi-day fast shows that they are not determined solely by food intake. Hormones, metabolism, and the release of cholesterol stored in fatty tissue also play a role. The crucial markers for evaluation are not total cholesterol or LDL levels, but rather the number and size of LDL particles. While fasting, LDL cholesterol can increase, but the number of LDL particles usually drops dramatically. More importantly, the number of small, dense LDL particles which are more likely to contribute to plaque formation decreases. This improvement in LDL particle size and number is due to the reduction in inflammation and oxidative stress caused by fasting. Fasting reduces pro-inflammatory white blood cells, resets the immune system, reduces intestinal irritation and pathogenic bacteria, increases anti-inflammatory ketones, and promotes mitochondrial repair through autophagy. Autophagy, a process of cellular cleansing and recycling, is a key benefit of fasting. It peaks after about 72 to 100 hours of fasting and can be measured indirectly via ketones. As glucose levels fall and ketones rise, the glucose-ketone index approaches 1, indicating deep autophagy that can reduce or eliminate certain tumors. In addition to the benefits of autophagy, fasting stimulates the production of 2 important hormones: human growth hormone and something called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF. Growth hormone helps maintain muscle mass by preventing muscle breakdown, a common misconception when fasting. BDNF, in turn, promotes the growth of new nerve cells and synapses in the brain, which improves cognitive abilities such as learning and memory. In addition, fasting activates so-called sirtuins, a group of genes involved in numerous cellular processes, and have been linked to a variety of health benefits, including increased lifespan. Sirtuins regulate, among other things, cellular metabolism, DNA repair, and stress resistance. Although concerns about nutrient deficiencies during extended periods of fasting are legitimate, the body has amazing adaptive mechanisms to efficiently use stored resources. Fat reserves can serve as an energy source for many months, and fat-soluble vitamins are stored in large quantities. Even water-soluble vitamins and nutrients do not have to be consumed daily. A short-term lack is harmless for most people. However, the exception is electrolytes, charged minerals that are dissolved in water and perform vital functions. During fasting, electrolytes such as sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium are increasingly excreted due to several factors. On the one hand, glycogenolysis, the breakdown of glycogen, which binds water, releases water, which flushes out electrolytes. On the other hand, falling insulin levels reduce the reabsorption of electrolytes in the kidneys. The most common fasting symptoms such as fatigue, headaches, nausea, and dizziness often result from an electrolyte deficiency, which can however be easily avoided through targeted supplementation. In addition to the main electrolytes sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium, high-quality electrolyte preparations for fasting also contain a variety of trace elements such as zinc, selenium, and chromium, a total of 80 different minerals, of which 20 are essential for the body. While with a normal diet you usually get enough electrolytes through food, extra supplementation is advisable for longer fasting periods of more than 24 hours. Here, the usual daily dose should be increased from 1 to 2 to 4 servings, and additional salt should be added. This practice compensates for the lack of dietary electrolyte intake and eliminates most unpleasant symptoms, for a smooth and comfortable fasting experience. That's it for today's episode. We really appreciate your attention. If you like our content, subscribe to us and hit the bell so you don't miss future episodes. And as always, we wish everyone a long, healthy, and happy life. Stay healthy.